how many more millions of children will be harmed by products that, while innovative, are still designed without sufficient safeguards? And when will children be able to enjoy the extraordinary potential of technology without it compromising their well-being? For too long, we've accepted a dangerous bargain that modern connection must come at the cost of the innocence of childhood, that innovation excuses injury, and that speed matters more than safety. But we would never accept this logic anywhere else. We did not tell parents to create their own seatbelts. We did not ask children to test unsafe medicine. We did not shrug at poisoned water or defective toys and call it the price of progress. We acted, and now the world must act again.
But so how do we deal with that? Like, how on earth, like,
He works for his brother. Like,
that, I know. It's your brother. I'm not gonna say anything about your brother, but it's so obvious. It's like,
it's even more obvious the fact they all try and cover that. Again, Jason, the former aide of Meghan and Harry, as opposed to...
that's what I keep saying. I'm like, why are we talking about him as her former aide and not as the person who works for your brother?
That's why I'm now living in a different country. Because all the comms teams basically, like, try to outdo each other. But this is the contract, the symbiotic relationship between the two institutions working the best that it can.
He fired up your rotary thoughts and logged onto the internet and called Prince Harry. Yes, Prince Harry, a washed up pariah. Like you're not sitting in front of Desperation era wallpaper, looking like a haunted doll collector. Let's start with your audacity, because it's hand-stitched and delusional. You, a woman dressed up like a church organist who moonlights at Civil War reenactments, thought you were qualified to declare someone irrelevant? Honey, your entire existence looks like it smells like mothballs and expired Avon perfume. You've got a wardrobe straight out of a dusty attic and a worldview to match. You're out here peddling books named Cup, which sounds less like a novel and more like a random object somebody grabs when they've lost the plot. Cup and Cup the continuation? Girl, is the next installment called Saucer the Reckoning? You write like you're trying to win a contest at your local retirement home and still losing to Doris, who only writes in cursive, and war flashbacks. And the nerve, the aching, brittle nerve to call Harry whiny with mommy issues? Of course you'd say that. You're the same flavor of emotionally constipated that confuses emotional intelligence with weakness and trauma healing with whining. Harry went to war, buried his mother, built a life, and married a black woman who triggers every fiber of your laced-up insecurity, and still manages to outclass the entire Windsor PR machine. Meanwhile, you're cosplaying aristocracy in your backyard and confusing Amazon reviews for literary awards. And as for no woman should marry him, Rachel, sweetie, let's be clear. No man, woman, or binary entity in this dimension or the next is waking up thinking, you know who I want to model my love life after? The emotionally stunted Etsy Duchess with a god complex and a scarf collection. You're not giving wise elder. You're giving missed the call to be a 1940s home ec teacher and never recovered. You don't care that Harry's irrelevant. You're furious that he's free, that he buried the rule book you worship and danced on its ashes with a black woman you were taught to fear. You're not just bitter, you're historically bitter. The kind of bitter that gets passed down with recipes and resentment. So here's your crown, Rachel, Queen of Delusion, Duchess of Irrelevance, and Supreme Minister of minding everybody else's business but their own. Now go back to your dollhouse, take a seat in your little tea room, and stitch together a better personality.
Guys, bear with me. I have a change of heart about something. Remember, a bunch of us were talking about if Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, should start taking certain content creators to court? And I was one of those people who said, no, it's not worth it because they'll cry victim. They'll get GoFundMes. They'll make all this money, blah, blah, blah. I think it's just best if she ignores them and go about her business. I have a change of heart about that. And let me apologize to a few of you who said, but Cardi B did it against Tasha K. And I said, yeah, but, you know, that's Cardi B and this is Tasha K. I changed my mind. And the case that made me change my mind was T.S. Madison. By the way, I am Maddie Mob. I started following T.S. Madison on YouTube, I want to say back in 2013. Yeah, because my daughter was little and I was finishing up my master's degree. And she was just my go-to to decompress and talk smut and laugh. Like, I love T.S. Madison. I truly, truly do. And I just witnessed this incredible woman, yes, she's a woman to me, just grow into this juggernaut who is now getting Beyonce checks. She's getting other checks, but those Beyonce checks are really, really nice from what I understand. And the reason why I'm thinking about this is because T.S. Madison has been part of a bullying campaign that has been happening. I want to say it's been happening for years, but this DL Whisperer thing got out of control because what this content creator did was actually show up to her home. Actually showed up to her home, doxed her, sat with another content creator who I unfortunately know of as well, and they doxed her. And they were looking through her home and taking Zillow pictures and judging the home, which it always cracks me up how people who live in basements always want to judge people who live in bigger homes. Where do you get the nerve? But that's what they did. And I saw that video with I was like, this is doxing. What are you doing? This is doxing. You're inciting violence on a trans woman and you know the temperature right now against trans people. So long story short, the courts found not only, well, he pleaded guilty because he didn't want to go to jail. So he pleaded guilty so he can have a lesser charge. But this is the part that made me go, oh, Meghan, consider this, babe. Not only can the DL Whisperer not come near T.S. Madison's home, he cannot come in the city in which she dwells in. Probably forever. For the foreseeable, like he's literally banned from that part of the city. If I got that wrong, someone correct me, okay? But that's what I heard. But this is that's big, but this is the big one. DL Whisperer is not allowed to talk about T.S. Madison in any context. He can't hashtag her. He can't talk about her businesses. It doesn't matter if it's not just T.S. Madison, but anything that's LLC or whatever that's connected to T.S. Madison, he's not allowed to talk about it on any of his platforms. He's not even able to go on someone else's platform who has not been sued by T.S. Madison to talk about T.S. Madison or click, clink, clink, clink. Do you know what that does to someone like him who curated his whole channel to hating one person? It automatically demonetizes him. Do you get where I'm going with this? What do people who hate Meghan do 24/7? Hashtag this, hashtag that, hashtag Netflix, hashtag da-da-da. Oh my God, if Meghan shut these bitches down to the point where they have to pivot to other content, that in itself would drop their engagement because they have nothing else to talk about. They have nothing else. They can't pivot to other conversations. Nobody gives a shit because that market is already flooded and full on pop culture and everything like that. So you know who I'm talking about. I can think of 3 channels right off the bat that if Meghan wanted to, she could. She's an empath and I know she won't do it. But now that it can be done and now that the courts are really, really getting tired of content creators overstepping their boundaries like they're journalists. So I changed my mind on all of that, guys. I really changed my mind on things. But I wholeheartedly think that Meghan's lawyers, and just so you know, remember when she drugged the halfling for filth, even though that case went on way longer than it should have. Meghan didn't break a sweat. Meghan went on about her business. Her lawyers handled that, and it's done. This can be done the same way. Meghan will never have to show up in court. All her lawyers have to do is say, here's the evidence, here's what's going on, here's the violence they incited, here's what they're going to do because these derangers can't help themselves. They most definitely will try to touch the gates in the homes of Harry and Meghan. They will. They've tried it before to no avail. But when you get desperate enough and you want that top-notch content, you will go above and beyond to get it. And I just want to let you guys know something. I will never dox anyone who I like or don't like. I don't care where you live. Your address is not of a concern to me. I don't care. I organically don't care where some of you live. I've been transparent about where I live to a few of you, but other than that, I don't care about your abode. As long as you're healthy and happy, that's fine. Even the people I don't like, I don't have any interest in pulling up to your front door or just staring at your home. I got better things to do. And also, that's your privacy. I understand that. Even though you don't understand that, I understand that. But anyway, this video has gone on long enough. Congratulations, T.S. Madison. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Meghan should go the T.S. Madison route and just gag all the bitches or just leave everything alone? I look forward to your comments. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Are you still friends with Meghan?
Yeah, we text. We have a textual relationship.
How is she?
Lovely. Well, really well. Yeah, really well.
Would you ever consider giving her fashion advice or styling her?
She does, do you know what? She dresses wicked. She doesn't need my advice. She's a really chic dresser. I like the way she dresses a lot. I won't give advice unless somebody asks, but even if she asks, there's nothing I could say. She usually looks fab.
I mean, you live in the States now, so you may or
20
may
years.
not know that there has been, tumultuous criticism
Yeah.
of that show here.
Yeah.
Not on a serious level, but just because people felt, particularly the bit where she famously poured some pretzels into a bag and then tied a bow on the bag. I mean, that's not a sin, it's not a crime.
Yeah.
But people did feel, I think some people thought, oh, come on,
Yeah.
talk about teaching us to suck eggs.
Yeah.
We know how to pour pretzels into a bag. We probably know how to tie a bow, and none of us would want to. We could, but we don't want to. And, putting vegetables in rows and that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it went over that way in the States or whether Americans liked it more than we liked it or quite what.
So being from the UK but living in the US, I've been there for 20 years and I was here for 23 years. I think I understand both equally well. It was never going to be for the Brits. The Brits are too cynical. They just don't. They don't care about the whimsy. Like they're too busy getting on with real life. Like life's hard in England. They haven't got time to make a charcuterie board pretty. There's no reason.
Or biscuits for the guest dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even the guest did look a bit surprised. She's like, oh, they're biscuits for my dog?
But
oh.
it's
I wouldn't say she looked thrilled.
But it's very American.
It's right.
Hamptons,
It's
right?
very
The British tabloids are obsessed with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. They can't even write a story about Prince William without using a picture of Meghan. Seriously, look at this. The headline is about the Prince of Wales continuing to support causes close to his heart. Fine. That's a story about William. So why is the photo of Meghan? This is exactly what happens over and over again with the British tabloids. They claim Meghan is irrelevant. They claim she's not important. They claim nobody cares about her. Then they turn around and use her image to drive engagement on stories that have absolutely nothing to do with her. If this article is about William, use a picture of William. If this article is about one of his projects, use a picture of that project. If this article is about his charitable work, use a picture of him doing the charitable work. Instead, they use a picture of Meghan. Because they know she gets clicks. They know she gets attention. They know people stop scrolling when they see her face. At some point, it stops being journalism and starts looking like an unhealthy obsession. They just can't quit her. They can't stop talking about her. They can't stop using her image, even when the subject of the article is somebody else entirely. And this isn't just one outlet. This is a pattern across British tabloid media. Meghan becomes the thumbnail, the photo, the bait, and the engagement strategy, regardless of who the story is actually about. If Meghan is supposedly unimportant to the British press, why do they keep using her face? To tell stories about everyone else. And that's the read. If you like your tea hot, share it, save your seat, and follow for more. This is the Notorious JTB, notoriously opinionated, signing out. Can we talk about this photo for a second? Because this image is the definition of chic. It's sophisticated, refined, polished, elegant, graceful, luxurious, timeless. Every single one of those words applies here. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, looks absolutely stunning in this photograph. The clean lines of the dress, the neutral tones, the understated jewelry, the soft setting. Everything comes together to create an image that feels elevated and incredibly stylish. What I love most is how modern it looks while still feeling classic. Nothing about it will look dated 5 years from now. Nothing about it feels trendy. It feels curated, tasteful, and beautifully composed. This is the kind of aesthetic fashion houses spend millions trying to create. It's aspirational without feeling unattainable. It's luxurious without feeling excessive. It's beautiful without trying too hard. And let's talk about the presence. Some people wear clothes. Some people model clothes. There are people who embody the look. Meghan has always fallen into the third category. She doesn't disappear into the styling. The styling complements her. This photograph feels like a masterclass in elegance. Every detail works. Every detail contributes to the overall feeling of sophistication. The result is an image that feels serene, graceful, and incredibly high-end. This is about styling in its purest form. Chic, elegant, sophisticated, refined, polished, timeless. And Meghan delivers every single one of them in a single frame. And that's the read. If you like your tea hot, share it, save your seat, and follow for more. This is the Notorious JTB, notoriously opinionated, signing out.
So guys, did you all see what's going on here today? The Queen of Lowry Place Residential Services, y'all. See my new shirt? Yeah, that's our new uniform. The Queen of the designs, Tina, made these shirts. So I told y'all guys I'm today in Arvada. I'm doing junk removal in Arvada. See that car? Sitting there waiting for me. I just want to show y'all guys around. That's how we do it. So right now here I'm trying to exercise. You gotta keep yourself in shape. Ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. Yeah, you're gonna keep yourself in shape. We're gonna be looking cute in 2026. Yes, it's 2026 still. Yes, I guess so. Because guess what? I'm really bad with time and date and all those right now nowadays. I got lots of stuff to do. Like I'm not even worried about the time. See that? What does that say? The city of Arvada. That's where I'm today. This is where I came pick up junk today. I got a bunch of people, few guys and the women are gonna help me. So see where I parked? That far away. I just wanted to show y'all guys where I was at. In Arvada today, baby. Yep. Walk, 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 walk. Lowry Place Residential Services. Yo, give us a call, okay? Yeah, we got a few crew members. Everybody's sleeping right now. It's about 6:30 a.m. and I'm out here hustling. And give us a call if you need any junk removed from your home. See this beauty? The beauty is beauty. This beauty is coming. Help you take all those junk to the dump. How you feel about that? Give me a call, okay? 303-330-4725. So 330-4725, okay? So please also check our website, Lowry Pickup, okay? LowryPickup.com. So we could come and help you, okay? You have a good day.